I had no idea this video existed. It seems that she was overall very pleased with all this shit after all. I had no idea this video existed until about 5 minutes ago. I definitely agree she is a whore, but she's not she's not, it's not her fault. She is a whore, yes, not her fault though. She's been raised very poorly. So we're gonna get started on this, then I'll wrap this up with my final thoughts, and then we're done. So this video, if you want to look it up, it's her on stickam.com, and you search this one. It's called "Any Kind of Fame, comma She Will Take." And if you go in the Encyclopedia Dramatica article with this, which is where I found this, you'll be able to find and watch for yourself. But I'll just let you listen to how much of a whore she sounds like.
I know that. I don't care. Any type of fame I'll take.
Okay, if you heard that right there, she says, I know, someone was referring to how she's like an internet whore, and it's like, yeah, I know, I'll take any sort of fame, or, any sort of fame I can take. What a whore. Not her fault, but she's still a whore. It doesn't change the fact that she's a whore.
I know! Pedo bear for the win! My ex is a pedo bear. Ew.
Okay, she just said that that Pet Bear for the win. Okay. Pet Bear is probably like, well, it's not as fun if they're willing.
Johnny, can you still hear me? He's not answering. I know I am.
Yeah, someone said something like you're an 11-year-old whore, and she's like, I know I am.
What? Whose what tastes so what? Get the fuck off cam, Chris. Johnny is gay. I didn't fuck him. I heard him fucking somebody once.
Oh my
Johnny,
god.
phone is ringing.
That was nice. I heard him fucking someone once.
Who's this? Okay, sure. Please.
I can just say a couple of the people watching around here are fucking creepy as hell.
Just called.
Wait.
Johnny, the police just called.
Oh wow, that was interesting.
Johnny, the police just called.
That's not me.
Close. Here.
Alright, well that's the end of it. So yeah, she obviously hasn't learned her lesson yet. She thinks she can get away with it, but now she's basically her nervous breakdown and stuff. This is obviously just maybe she's taking some sort of drug or something, but she seems pretty damn calm. In fact, she's basically reveling in her attention whoreness. Wow, this is probably the worst example of parenting I've ever seen. And I've seen some crazy parenting, okay? I used to watch Wife Swap, like, all the time, and that show is freaking hilarious and scary at the same time. This is a whole new level of low for parents. I can't even comment. It was bad enough when your daughter was acting like a whore and then she got upset because everyone was bitching at her. Now it's even worse because she's going back to it like nothing happened. Wow. This is just wrong on so many levels. I can't even imagine what this girl's going to go through for the rest of her life. Everyone's going to be like, hey, you're that girl who was the attention whore on YouTube. I mean, we've all heard the stories of, like, the Numa Numa guy and the Star Wars kid having to go through some shit because of that. Oh my god, I can't even imagine what Fred goes through. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I'm pretty much spent. I mean, I've already spent like a good hour and a half doing all these commentaries and stuff. I cannot, just final wrap up here. I'm surprised Good Morning America didn't notice that clip, because that would have been a lot more interesting. I'm sure it'll make its way on, by the way. But I guess they already figured the girl's gone through enough, and I think she has. We don't really need to bring this to light. So, in other words, I think what we've done with this overall, this is another example of Anonymous and 4chan doing good in the world by doing bad. Sometimes you gotta break the rules in order to tell people what's right. It's not gonna be always gonna be popular, but it's gotta be right, and this is the right thing to do. People like these need to be exposed because that's how people do this. Parents won't react to stories of some kid doing something. No, they need to see the effect. It's extreme. It's obviously very extreme, but so was her going on saying very inappropriate things for anyone of any age to be saying, regardless of gender or anything. And quite honestly, she didn't deserve that much of what she got. She deserved a lot of it, but she didn't deserve all of it. And quite honestly, I was watching the Good Morning America thing, and I was just thinking to myself, these parents are acting like they know so much about the internet, and they don't. If they had, this would have ended with the first video. Instead, there were 3 more videos. So in conclusion, what has been proved by Anonymous and 4chan is that parents need to make sure that their children are just have more supervision on the internet, because the internet is dangerous. I mean, if this had happened in some obscure like sex website, she could have gotten raped or murdered or kidnapped. You don't know what could have happened. She's lucky she got away with what she did. She had pictures on the internet and everything, and she's like apparently screwing this guy. There could be rape involved, murder, you name it. And think of how you would have felt then. You should be lucky you got off this easy. I know it wasn't easy, but imagine how bad it would have been if your daughter had been raped and killed. And then we would have found all these videos, and then you would have been on Good Morning America. Like, what kind of parents are you? Hell, you would have been on friggin' like, I don't know, some sort of crazy show. You would have been on like Chris Hansen, man. Because that's just wrong. You would have been on Dateline. You would have been on 2020, 60 Minutes, whatever the hell's on. That's just absolutely sickening. And you treat it like it's everyone else's fault. You need to, first of all, I think you need to let your daughter slide with this. She's already been punished enough. But you need to make sure that in the future you're going to be better parents. You still have time to make sure she's not a complete whore, all right? And your time is slipping away. So I am begging the parents of this girl, you got to wake up. You got to realize the world isn't going to be all sunshine and roses for your perfect miracle baby, all right? And you need to tell her that, okay? Your girl obviously has some sort of emotional issues and probably brought on by her psychological obsession with thinking she's better than everyone. You've raised her in a very, very unhealthy environment. And it just, I don't even need to say this, but I feel compelled to, because you obviously haven't realized it yet. You need to open your eyes. So anyway, we're getting close to the time limit on this video, and I'm just gonna say this has simultaneously been one of the funniest memes of all time, and the scariest instance of parents not caring what their kids are doing. We've seen it before with Christian YouTuber and everything, but that was stopped before it got out of hand, and he wasn't getting this. He wasn't on Good Morning America discussing cyberbullying. Quite honestly, this is unprecedented. I had never heard of anything like this happening. I've heard of kids getting raped online or something like that. Like, they meet someone online and they get raped and killed. I've heard of that, but this is different. This is the person's life being ruined, whether they like it or not, and the parents don't even care. It's one thing if the kid's doing it and they aren't supposed to. It's one thing if the parents know they're doing it and let them do it. So overall, I want to be as polite as possible to listen to the parents of this girl, but you really fucked up. All right, you fucked up royally. And this girl's never going to be the same. And it's all your fault. Her fault for doing the stuff, but it's all your fault for raising her that way. She's 11, okay? She's posting nude pictures of herself, saying she likes to fuck hard. She's saying all this crazy shit about cutting clits and stuff. It's nuts. So, fuck you, and get your head out of your ass. I'm out of here. See you later, everyone.